So last class we had discussed about the curl of a static electric field. Okay, so we had seen that curl of E is 0 for static fields. Okay. Also, we had seen in the last class that E is the gradient of a scalar or the potential. Okay, this class we will focus on this. What is this? Okay, so the divergence of E. Also in static case, right? So the first thing we will discuss is called the electric flux. Okay, what does flux means? Okay, suppose that I am standing in some place where there is wind flowing in a particular direction. Okay, now I take out my handkerchief and put it like this, or say I take out a copy like this, okay, like this, and put it in the wind. Okay, so amount of wind which is passing or penetrating this, or at least colliding in this copy, will not pass through, but it can collide. That is called a flux. Similarly, we can define electric flux. It is the so-called the amount. There is no such thing amount of field, but so-called amount of electric field which is passing through a surface. Okay. So flux is defined as phi. Phi flux is a scalar. Integrate over a, just start with open surface E dot N ds or E ds. So if electric field is in this direction and the surface S is in this direction, then obviously flux will be E N ds. However, if electric field is like this, and because here E and N there is a direction, and the surface is like this. This is the direction of E, and this is the direction of N. So the theta is the angle between them. Right? Phi equal to E ds cos of theta. Interior of the surface. And in the extreme case, if E is like this and the surface is laid like this. If E is like this from the left to right of your screen and the surface is like this, okay, assume that the surface is very thin. It's not like that this fat. So obviously the flux will be 0 because then the E vector and the N vector will be perpendicular to each other. As we have already discussed that N vector is always perpendicular to the surface. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So we discussed open surfaces. Now let us focus on closed surface. We can consider a closed surface of any arbitrary shape S and assume that there is nothing, the surface is totally hollow and empty, there is nothing inside it. Okay, there is an electric field source somewhere outside the surface, so electric field is like this, right? So for this surface also, flux is defined as E ds. However, here the surface is closed, so we have to put a circle because we are integrating over a closed surface. Is it okay? If there is nothing in the surface, no charges in the surface, then obviously the amount of electric field that is entering or leaving the surface is the same. So the flux will be clearly 0. Is it okay? suppose I have a cube. Okay, I have a cube like this, and this is the origin. This is my O, A, B, C. Then it is D, E, F, and G. This is my Z axis. This is my X axis. This is my Y axis. I have a constant electric field E equal to E0 J. So what is the flux of the field for the, what is integral of E ds integrate over the cube? How to find that? Let us find all the normal vectors. Let us name surfaces. Let this one be 1, this one be 2, this one be 3. 4 is opposite of 1. 5 is opposite of 2, and 6 is opposite of 3. Right? So what are the values of n for all the 6 surfaces? For 1, n is I. Is it okay? For 2, n is j. For 3, n is k. Similarly, for 4, n is minus I. Five, n is minus j. 6, n is minus k. Is it okay? Now, which of the two surfaces will contribute for flux? Anyone? Which of the two surfaces will contribute in flux? Which of the two surfaces will contribute? For which of the two surfaces E dot ds will not be 0? For which of the two surfaces E dot ds will not be 0? Yes, Rakesh? Anyone? Anyone tell me? For which of the two surfaces E dot ds will not be 0? AO, DE and BC, GF. Absolutely. Right? Because for AODE, which is this one, AODE is this one. Okay. Here AD is minus J and BCGF, here N is J. Because for all the other surfaces, E dot ds, it will involve I dot k, sorry, J dot k or J dot I, which is always 0. Right? So, flux through this surface is E J times S J, sorry, S J, because where S is area, or S, and through this one is EJ dot S of minus J. So minus S, if we add all of them, it will become 0. So if there is no charges inside the surface, the flux through it is always 0. The surface may not be cube, the surface may not be square, the surface could be any irregular shaped surface, but this always fits. Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we established the fact that for any surface, any closed surface which does not enclose any charge, the electric flux through the closed surface is always zero. Right? Now let us consider surfaces which does enclose charges. Okay. Let us consider a sphere. Okay. And inside center of the sphere there is a charge plus q, and the radius of the sphere is capital R. So what is the value of electric flux through this S? Okay. So what is the electric field? E equal to, let us take the spherical coordinates into spherical symmetry. Okay. Since there is a sphere, there is a spherical symmetry. The surface is symmetric from the origin. So let us take the spherical coordinates. Is it okay? So E would be as expected. Is it okay? This E is okay?
Yes, sir.
What is S? What is ds? N would be, what will be the direction of N? What will be the direction of N? What would be N?
Radially outward from the center.
Yes, absolutely correct. And that is represented by which vector? That is
C.
represented by which vector?
R.
Right? Yeah. So E dot N will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q R square AR dot AR. This is 1. So Q by 4 pi epsilon R square. This is fine. This is okay. This is okay. Is this okay or not? Can't hear you. Is this okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What will be ds now? So E dot N is this one. What will be ds? Let's draw the sphere 1 second. X, Z, Y. Here is Q. What will be this small area? This is say ds, small ds. This is R. This is R. This is theta. This is phi. Remember spherical coordinates. Discussed. What will be ds?
R square sin d theta into d.
I couldn't get it. Once more, please.
R square sin theta d.
Absolutely. R square sine theta d phi. Why? Because this length here, this is R d theta, and this length here is R sine theta d phi. So the product would be what I just said, r square sine theta d theta. So what is integral E ds over the surface? E dot n ds over the surface. Phi will be from 0 to 2 pi. Theta will be from 0 to pi. E dot n we just found out q r square, and ds was r square sine theta d phi. R square gets cancelled. And q by 4 pi epsilon naught, this is constant, so we take it out of the integral. Phi 0, 2 pi d phi, theta 0, phi sine theta d theta. This integral is q 4 pi epsilon naught by into 4 pi, that is q by epsilon. So phi, that is equal to closed integral of E ds, that is q by epsilon. Is this integration clear? Is this derivation okay? For at least for spherical surface? Is this derivation okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Have you seen this equation before somewhere?
Gauss law.
Yes, it is called Gauss law. Gauss law of electrostatics. Very famous. Okay, I derived it for sphere, but this law is valid for any surface, any shape, any surface. Okay, Gauss law of electrostatics. Let us just go along a little bit. Assume that there is a charge density in the sphere. Okay, and Q is equal to volume integral of rho v dv. There is a volume charge distribution somewhere in the surface, and the total charge is simply the integral over the volume rho v dv. So you can write AdS equal to. Can we write this? Can we write this? Some books you write triple integral also. Can we write this? There is some charge distribution inside the sphere. Okay. So Q is equal to this. Is it okay? Can we write
Yes.
this?
Yes,
But
sir.
using divergence theorem. S EDS, that is equal to this we had seen. This is why for any vector. This we had seen. Divergence theorem. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So you can combine these two equations and write this. Okay. Or this is the divergence of E. So we had last week we had seen the on Monday we had seen the curl of E, which is 0. This is the divergence of E. Okay. This is also another form of Gauss. The law, okay, one thing. This is called the how many times I will add it. Integral form of Gauss. This is more familiar. Okay. This one here, this is called point form or differential form of curves. It is very much possible to convert from one form to the other, just like a integral. From the point form, it is more possible to convert it to integral form, and from integral form, as just shown, it is possible to convert it to point. So to summarize, the three most values of E. Now clearly gradient of E is not defined because E is a vector, but E itself is a gradient, negative gradient of a scalar. Divergence of E, it is rho V by epsilon naught, and curl of E, what is curl of E? What is curl of E?
0.
0. So this is E for static fields. This is what we discussed so far in exercise. Is it clear? Is it clear so far? So far, so good. Is it okay or not? Then only I will move forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Very good. So let us solve some problems. I have a sphere. Okay. The sphere has a uniform charge density distribution. The charge distribution is made of a dielectric material. Okay. Whose dielectric constant is say it is same. Dielectric constant is 1. Okay. Now epsilon r is 1. It has got a uniform charge density of rho v. Right? Radius is r. Question is find E at a distance x from the center where A x is less than r, B x is greater than r. Can anyone try this problem? Should this problem be solved using Gauss's law? Yes or no? If yes, then what type of Gaussian surface it will take?
If we use Gauss's law, then inside the circle with radius r, we will take another circle with radius s. When
They are not circles, they are spheres. Okay? With 3 dimensions. Talking about 3 dimensions. It is not a circle, this is first thing. Yes, so we will take another sphere inside that sphere. Fine. I accept your suggestion. Let us have that sphere. So we have another sphere whose radius is x. And the centers of the two spheres is the same. Okay? Now how to use Gauss's law?
then the charge, inside the previous sphere will be same inside the modified sphere. Then we can directly use Gauss law
Will the charge be
to
same?
find the flux.
Will the charge be same? What do you think? Will the charge be same?
No, sir.
Then what does Gauss's law say? What does Gauss's law say? What does Gauss's law say? Just read the statement, please. One. What does Gauss's law say?
So the electric flux through a closed surface is
Very good.
proportional to
Two.
total electric charge
Huh?
enclosed by the surface.
Absolutely. By epsilon naught, of course. So what is the charge exposed by this blue sphere? What is the charge enclosed by the blue sphere? Charge per unit volume is rho v. So what is the charge by the blue sphere?
The integration of rho v into
Integration of rho v with
dv.
dv. Okay. And dv, how to what is the limits of integration? I agree with you. So Q enclosed, that is integral of rho v dv. Okay, fine. Now rho v is constant, so we can take the rho v out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what will be the limits of dv? So if we find the limits of dv, r will be from where to where? Theta will be from
0
where
to
to
x.
where? R will be 0 to x. Yes, very good. Theta,
0 to
Pi.
2 pi.
Theta will be from 0 to pi. Okay. Theta cannot be more than pi. We discussed it in the class.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And this will be 2 pi. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, and this will be dx, x square, sine theta, d theta, d phi. If you do this integration, you will get 4 by 3 pi x. This is the volume of our sphere with radius x. So obviously the charge enclosed is constant. It will be the charge the charge per unit volume is constant through the sphere. The charge enclosed will be what? Charge per unit volume into volume of the sphere, and the volume of the sphere is as well known by us 4 by 3 pi x. So this is the Q enclosed. Okay. So what will be the flux? What will be the flux? E would be radially
Q
outwards.
by x square.
Yes. This
Yes.
is the right hand side of the oscilloscope. What is the left hand side? What will be the left hand side? The flux through a surface of by symmetry. So closed integral of S E ds, that is equal to Q enclosed, which is this one, which we have just found by epsilon naught.
Yes.
Okay. So this is unknown. What is this? What I mean EDS.
4 pi r minus x square.
Why r minus x square?
Sorry, sir.
Why r? I have
4
considered
pi
this
x square.
surface. 4 pi x square.
4 pi x square. Yes, sir.
Yes. You understand why it is 4 pi x square? So 4 pi x square E, that is equal to rho v by epsilon naught times 4 by 3 pi x square times q. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So what will be x? What will be E? X square and this gets cancelled. Pi 4 pi gets cancelled. So E would be rho v x by 3 epsilon naught. Direction. This is magnitude. What will be the direction? What will be the direction? Use symmetry. What will be the direction?
Radially outward.
Radially outwards. So inside the sphere, the electric field increases linearly with distance, as we have seen. Inside the sphere. Okay. Is it okay? Is it fine? Is it okay?
Yes.
What will be outside? I am drawing this again for your convenience. This is radius r. This is rho v. Now I am increasing in a x, which is here. Outside the sphere. What will be the? What will be now? What is the charge enclosed now? What will be the charge enclosed?
The rho v 4 by 3 4 r plus x.
Rho v 4 by
4 by
3
3 pi
pi.
r plus x.
This is what you want to say.
Yes, sir.
Why r plus x?
Sorry, sir. X cube. Wait.
Then this is wrong.
Right out the distance is from the edge of the circle.
Both distances are from the origin. X is also from the center of the sphere. R is also from the center of the sphere. Then what will be? Even
X given.
yes. Y x again. This is what you are saying.
Yeah.
Think that
The Q should be same, na?
same means
Same with the actual sphere.
yes. Why? Because
Because
here
if we increase,
there is no charges. All the charges are in the sphere. Outside the sphere there is no charges. So we will not consider this external surface. Is it okay? All the charges are in the sphere, this place. Here rho v is 0.
Oh,
Get the
yes.
point?
Correct.
So Q enclosed will not be this. Q enclosed will be what he said. I think Needle. That this is the right answer. This is the Q enclosed. Okay. And what will be EDS? What will be EDS? What will be EDS now?
Q by epsilon.
That is true. That is true. But otherwise we calculate directly.
E into 4 pi x square.
Yes. Can we explain how? This is the correct answer. Can you explain how?
So here we are considering the whole radius.
Yes, the outer
I mean the
sphere of radius
radius of the
x.
sphere.
So the flux would be EDS, this one. So now we apply Gauss's law and equate these two things. 4 pi x square E, that is equal to 4 by 3 rho v epsilon naught pi r3. Only pi and 4 gets cancelled. So E equal to rho v r3 by 3 epsilon naught. Now you verify that this was outside, and inside, of course, it will be along here. Inside it will be rho v r by 3 epsilon naught. That's what we got, right? So rho v x by epsilon naught inside. Now verify that if r equal to x at the surface, these two are same. Okay. If r equal to x, then these two values are same. The first point. So, in other words, the electric field, this is the magnitude of it, it increases linearly up to x equal to r and then falls down with inverse square law. Is this concept okay? Is this concept fine? Is it okay? The electric field, it starts from 0, then it increases linearly up to the surface where x equal to r. After that, it falls in the inverse square form as we have seen the expression. Is it okay? Right. And second thing, we consider this, that if we had a point charge whose value was q enclosed, then what would have been the field here at distance x? E would have been q enclosed by 4 pi x square epsilon naught ar. From Coulomb's law, had there been a point charge at the origin, the electric field at a distance x from it would be this one. The value of the point charge is q enclosed. Is it correct or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, from if we look it from the outside, this uniformly charged sphere, it appears as a point source. The value of E is same. See, it was same here. Suppose same here. So from outside this uniformly charged sphere, it looks as if a coincidence. Okay. Second example. I have got an infinitely wide. How many of you follow Professor Walter Lewin's lectures on YouTube? He has a YouTube channel and he has some wonderful lectures on physics, which all of you should at least the 802. Professor Walter Lewin, his lectures are available on YouTube. He has his own channel, 802. Lecture 4 is about flux, which all of you should follow, because he also shows some experiments which I cannot show. I do not have the experiments. Okay, and most of the things I have taken from his lectures. So I have a infinitely long surface which is uniformly with a uniformly charged density of sigma coulomb per meter. This is infinitely, assume that this is infinitely long and the charge density is uniform. It is given by sigma coulomb per meter square. So I need to find the value of electric field at a distance x. Is the question clear? I need to find the value of electric field at a distance x from the surface. Is the question clear?
Yes.
So how to approach? What will be the Gaussian surface look like here? What will the Gaussian surface look like in this case? We can take a
It's a
cylinder.
cylindrical.
Yes, cylinder is a good option. So we take a cylinder like this, okay, whose like this, whose height is 2x, height is 2x, okay, and the top surface is area is s, okay. So what is, as per Gaussian, first question is what is the direction of it? We need to calculate the flux. What is the direction of it? I, J, P. We'll carry on, but let us 5 minutes, let us 3 minutes we can discuss, and then we'll carry on. What is the direction of it? Outside from sheet. Yes. So what he suggests, the direction of E is like this. In the right hand side. So this is the E direction. What will be for the left hand side? Outward from sheet. So in the left hand side, it will be like this. Okay. Is it okay? Left hand side will be outward from the sheet, right? So right hand side will be towards right, left hand side will be towards left, right? Okay.
Yes.
What will be the direction of N? N would be like this here, and like this on the curved surface, right? Is it okay? N will be towards right for the right hand side end, left to the right hand side planar surface and perpendicular to the curved surface. Is it okay? Is it fine? It will never be tangential.
Yes, sir.
So see now, E dot ds for the curved surface will be 0 because E and N they are perpendicular. E and E dot N for the curved surface will be 0 because E and N they are perpendicular. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So only the E dot N at the ends of the cylinder we can consider that will be not 0.
Yes, sir.
So this will be ES plus ES for one end, for other end, so 2 ES, E dot ds. This will be 2 ES. Now what is Q enclosed? What is Q enclosed? How much charge is enclosed in a cylinder? This will also be S.
Sigma by epsilon.
Hmm?
Sigma by epsilon.
Why? And I am not considering the y epsilon is coming. I am also only charge enclosed. Only this much the cylinder is cutting, only this much part of the plane, which is S, because the top surface area of the cylinder will not change along the cylinder. This will also be S. If this area is S, this area is S, then this area will also be S,
Yes, sir.
right? So how much charge it is? It is how much area of the sheet it is taking up? How much area of the sheet it is taking up?
So that
Sorry, one more time. How much area of this sheet it is
so
taking?
that
S,
Yeah.
right? So how much charge it is enclosing? Sigma S,
sigma into
Yes, sir.
sigma S. Some Ayush, did you what did you say? I couldn't get it.
No, sir. Yes.
So 2 ES, that is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught, or sigma S by epsilon naught. S gets cancelled, or E would be sigma by 2 epsilon naught radially N will be up like this to the surface. Is it okay? See the very interesting result that this E is independent of X. So if the sheet is really infinitely long, then no matter how far we or how near we are to the sheet, the electric field is same. And if you see the lecture of Professor Louis, he demonstrates this using an experiment. You must see the lecture. I will share the link for the lecture. Okay? You must see how he proves this in the experiment. Is it fine? Okay.